hardly call this a story, but...
I'll continue. Romeo loved Juliet dearly, and she loved him.
Romeo and Juliet, William Shakespeare's immortal love story. Clarice has a love for the classics, but how, in a society where books are outlawed, did she learn that tale? Going back to Guy Montag, he's keeping secrets, and this is a very dangerous thing to do in this society. But is he the only one? Captain Beatty seems to know a lot more than he's letting on. Like that line he used, the road less traveled. Doesn't that sound a little bit to you, Robert Frost? These two need to have a further conversation, and I think they will. And it seems as though Mildred is enjoying the story. She didn't want to say that. Is this the beginning of the change of life for her? Amazing, isn't it? In a society where books are outlawed, and a 40-year-old book burner quotes Robert Frost, and a teenage girl tells the story of Romeo and Juliet. They have love classics, but how, in a society where books are outlawed, does she learn this? Perhaps the human spirit refuses to be denied the basic truths that stories and poetry and bring to life emotions and feelings. Perhaps even 1,000 years after the last book has been burned, there will still be stories. Truth. Perhaps even 1,000 years, after they have burned all the books, there will still be someone to choose a road less traveled. Perhaps they will make a difference. I believe Clarissa has finished her story. Let's rejoin her and Mildred again.
So, Mildred, what did you think?
I've never heard anything so sad and beautiful. Did you know these people? Were they friends of yours or family?
No, but that's the beauty of stories. They draw you in and touch your emotions so that you believe. Believe in the characters, believe you know them, believe you know the stories, and they affect your life. That was one of the greatest things about the writer William...
The what?
The writer, William Shakespeare.
What you told me came from a book you read?
Yeah, from a book.
Books are banned. You're putting yourself and your family in jeopardy.
That law puts us all in jeopardy.
The laws are meant to protect us.
Protect us from what? Our imaginations?
Not our imaginations. The imaginations of subversive characters who would lead masses of people into confusion, disillusionment, even war.
What was there in Romeo and Juliet that makes you think about war?
Maybe not that story, but...
If not that story, then why is that story banned?
You're young. You don't understand.
What don't I understand?
Books are bad.
Books are just stories. What's bad about a story?
Books are banned. They're against the law.
The law is wrong.
My husband burns books. He protects the law.
What a shame. I thought that laws were to protect us.
Mildred.
Guy, where did you find your keys?
What?
Hi, Guy.
How are you, Clarice?
You two know each other?
What were you two doing?
Oh, nothing. Clarice just brought over some lovely flowers. Show him the flowers, Clarice.
Why does she have flowers if they're for you?
I was just going to go get a vase and...
Will you two stop it? Mildred and I were discussing Romeo and Juliet, the play by William Shakespeare.
We most certainly were not. I've never heard of that story before. Guy, I don't like this young woman. Please remove her from our home. Guy?
It's okay, Mildred. Clarice has told me stories before. Seems that her uncle that she's so fond of talking about is really a library hidden in the basement.
But Guy, that's ridiculous. If she had a library, you would have burned it. That's your job. Guy, you don't listen to these stories, do you? Guy?
I've listened to them, Mildred. I've even read some for myself.
That's a book. You burn books. You protect the law.
I know, but I don't think it's right anymore. I mean, I don't know what I think or what I believe. I just know that today a young man chose to die rather than live without his books. And I know that the beauty in these books are... Here, let me read something for you. Read it from Robert Frost. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. and be one traveler. Long I stood, looked down, one as far as I could, to where it bent and beyond the growth. Then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that, the passage there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
That was beautiful.
I don't think Mildred feels the same way you do.
She'll come around. Beauty has a way of infecting even the ugliest elements of this society. Read another one, please.
Guy was hoping Mildred would have a different reaction to Robert Frost's poem. Now he's faced with living with a wife who knows he's a lawbreaker, and worse, a reader. In his heart, he's still hoping that she will come around. He has to hope, because the alternative would be, well, let's just see what happens next. In the last act of our characters meet in Mildred's kitchen for a final conversation.
Another beauty. For that one, you get a flower.
Do you really think Mildred would come around one day? I mean...
No, she won't. Lucky for you, she called me.
Why?
You know why. It's your job. Having a book could get you into trouble. You could be fired, and then how would we pay for the fourth wall? I know as soon as we have the fourth wall installed, you'll forget all about books and reading.
Captain?
You've been sidetracked, Guy, that's all. I'm here to help you get back on the straight and narrow.
And you plan on doing that by quoting more poetry to me? I found a poem, the one you quoted earlier at the fire station.
And now you believe that traveling down this road will make a difference in your life?
It already has.
I agree, but not in the way you think.
Tell me, what should I do? What should I believe in?
Stop it, Guy. Don't you realize what's going on here?
Young lady, please be quiet.
No, I won't. In order for Captain Beatty to quote the poem, he has to have read it. What else have you read, Captain?
This isn't about me.
No, it's about all of us. It's about a society full of people who are afraid to hear a different idea, afraid to share an original thought, afraid to live outside of their televisions.
Afraid? Fear has nothing to do with the law.
Then let us choose to love who we will. Let us choose to travel the roads that appeal to us. Let us choose to read.
Do you really think it's that simple?
Yes, I do. And it is.
All right, Guy. Choose. Give me the book and all will be forgotten and forgiven. Or keep the book and the choice is yours.
Guy, what are you doing? Give him the book. Guy!
It's okay, Mildred. Guy, I have a story to tell you. There once was a city called Troy, a great city virtually impregnable. Many of Troy's enemies died on the beaches surrounding her walls, and yet the city never fell.
Don't listen to him, Guy. Now he's quoting Homer.
Very good, young lady. She's right. It is Homer. Nevertheless, one day, one of Troy's enemies, having given up hope of ever breaching her wall, sailed off. After they left, the citizens of Troy discovered a great wooden horse on the beach. The Trojans, believing the horse to be a gift, dragged the monument into the walls of the city, and a great celebration began. During the night, while all Troy lay drunk and asleep in their beds, soldiers crept out of the wooden horse, and the town was taken.
I don't understand.
Earlier today, a young man slipped you a book. You thought it was a gift, but now we know it was his way of invading your defenses and destroying you. I'm just disappointed that it worked.
They're coming for me, aren't they?